Welcome back to CDLC Tarot. Thanks for coming back to my channel. I hope all is doing well. You're gonna pick your pile for the PAC reading. How are you turning your doubters into believers? You know what to do. I'm pretty sure it's 1, 2, 3 blue, brown, red cards. As you can see, get out for you and see you there. Take your time. For those who picked pile 1, we're going to get into how you turn your doubters into believers. First, let's find out the why, and then we'll get into the rest. Why are they doubting my pile 1? Why are they doubters? Yeah, let's do one. Why are they doubting my pile 1? Why are they doubters? Even though we don't give this type of energy any mind, I know people are curious as to the why, you know? I'm not gonna make the why so long. We're gonna cut it short because who's paying attention to whatever they got to say? Be for real. I'm pretty sure this is the 9 of Swords. When it comes to you, they're in their heads. They can't figure you out. They can't see you clearly, first of all. And they're doubting you because they don't even have trust in them freaking selves. So yeah, it's easy to point the fingers and critique the one, but you're not the one on the field. You're not taking a risk. You're the outsider looking in. And how boring is that? You're a spectator in your own life. Damn, that was harsh. Sorry, we don't get into negativity over here, but I feel like we gotta put the haters in alignment, okay? That's what they probably need. They're misaligned and they're doubters of you because they can't even get to the full fulfillment, the 10 of Pentacles. Like, they can't even get there. And they see that you're able to carry all this weight, and even when your back is against the wall, you still come up on top. And not only that, you're doing it with the community behind you, but you're so well versed and balanced in yourself. You got faith that they don't have them damn selves. So it's easy to doubt. It's easy to be like, no, there's no way she's doing that, or he's doing that by himself, or there's no way that they up and left this town, or there's no way they upped and took that risk for their dreams. No way. They gotta be doing it for an ulterior motive or something. Like, they're not genuine. They're not really passionate about their lives like how I am, because these people that are your doubters, they don't even believe in themselves. And that's harsh. They can't rest. Mind you, I'm doing this mirrored, so it may not come out correctly, but this is in reverse, this is in reverse, these are upright. But legit, they don't even know how to rest. And they're doubting you because you can only doubt what you haven't seen, you know? People didn't believe in certain things like inventions. Who would think we can have electricity through legit flicking a little panel in our home? Who would think we would generate electricity that way? It had to be a believer, someone who went out and, you know, thought out the box, who went out the norm, you know? All right, let's see how these doubters are turning into your believers. And the song playing is Masterpiece. Girl, you're a masterpiece. That's why they're becoming straight believers. They see you, even when they pretend they don't see you. They see you, friend. You light. Let me move this so you can see it. These readings will be probably quick because my camera is making it harder in the process. And not only that, the upload is crazy. Like, you gotta find an easier way. We'll get to that. Let me turn this down so I don't get copyrighted. You're turning your doubters into believers. Sorry, tongue tied. Because they want what you have, friend. Like, they want what you have. Not only that, but you look so good doing it. Like, and it's so crazy. I feel like people try to peg you down, take you down up a few pegs, and it's just like, friend, I like to be pegged, not just like, I'm just playing. No, but seriously, these people try to peg you down a bit, and it's just like, you can't do that when I'm a winner. It don't matter how many setbacks is thrown at me or I go through. I'm still gonna go forward, keep my head up high, because that's what makes me a winner. And I feel like that's your mindset. You're a winner regardless you lose. Think about the people in the NBA who lose these finals and they come back the next season. That's all what life is about. It's your comeback. It's your story. It's your own momentum. It doesn't matter how fast you're moving, but you're moving at your own pace, you know? And they feel like you're winning at any cost, but it's just like, no, I'm playing my own game. You guys are playing a mental game while I'm playing my own game, you know? And so they have no choice but to respect you. Because when you're not moving out of the intentions that they're moving at it, you know, like, you're genuine. Like, you put your mind to it, but they think you're playing a game. No, I'm doing me. And I feel like that's what you're doing. I'm building me up in behind closed doors. I'm working towards my passion. I'm taking risks towards what I know will bring me fulfillment, not because I want to see what people are doing or what y'all think about what I'm doing. You know, you have your mindset, but you're also willing to collaborate, which is why your doubters want to become believers, because they want to be a part of the wagon. And maybe that's the issue beforehand, that they weren't even on your wagon to begin with. And one, that's where they messed up at. But not only that, they're seeing how you're flourishing, so they have no choice but to, hey, can't beat them, so we gotta join them. No shade. Like, who would want to come against a nine of cups? They fulfilled. They basically just missing one more cup. So yeah, they want to hop on and be like, before they get to this full fulfillment, shit, they're already at the nine of cups. Where else are they gonna go? What else are they gonna experience? Where are they gonna be? They're gonna be in Cabo tomorrow, or they're gonna be in Las Vegas at the casino, and at what? Let me guess, they gonna get 777 on the slot and get bingo, jackpot. I'm just saying stuff, but legit, this is what I'm feeling like. I feel like people just think, should have just handed it to you, but no, behind the scenes you building shit, and they want to be a part of it, and they want to say, I was there after day one, but you guys are moving weird from the jump. So yeah, let's get you some advice as to these doubters becoming a believer of you. Am I not making sense right now? Sorry, I be channeling. I'm not gonna apologize, but I channel, I do a little stuttering in there, but you get the message, babe. You get the message. What's the advice? Power and intention, trust the universe. As you know, it can honestly be challenging to having to deal with energies that are so committed to making you the villain. Honestly, you just gotta know that with great power is honestly a great duty for you to uphold the right mindset and the moral compass when you're dealing with people like this. Did that make sense? That kind of felt like a word sausage, but what I'm saying is, new levels, new devils, right? It's going to be a responsibility for you to combat outsiders who do not see the vision that you have. Like, that is just, if you're a creator of your own universe, you would know that. It's going to be people outside looking in, and it may not make sense to them, but it's going to make sense to you. And the intention that you hold, best believe, yeah, at first people may not get it, but there's going to be people along the way that come across you and get you. And you don't have to turn doubters into believers. They're just going to do it organically on their own. So trust yourself and trust the universe. Everything is working out for you, friend. Let me just go through this book and give you something that may resonate. I just love doing this. I don't know. And it's crazy when it does resonate. This is from the book Women Who Run with Wolves. We can contain this loss of soul by keeping close to the pellet to begin with. For instance, I see in the talented woman in my practice that soul skin theft can come through relationships that are not in the rightful skins themselves. And some relationships are downright poisonous. It takes will and force to overcome these relationships, but it can be done, especially if, as in the story, one will awaken to the voice calling from home, calling one back to the core self, where one's immediate wisdom is whole and accessible. From there, a woman can decide with clear seeing what it is she must have and what it is she wants to do. So just know that power is within you, friend. Your doubters, of course, are going to choose someone to be a believer of you, okay? They hate us because they ain't us, and they want to be a part of the winning team, but they don't know what it took to get here, you know? But guess what? Use that energy, transmute it, and do what you do. Do what you do, friend. And take off. See you. Hey, yo, Pile 2, if you chose this deck or this shell. I don't know why. It's like when I talk, I legit get choked up. I love that, though. I love it. Can't lie. All right, Pile 2, let's see why your doubters are turning into believers. Let's get my cards out. We don't like to spend that much energy on, you know, the naysayers. We don't have time for that type of energy, but we're gonna get some clarity. Let's see if you guys can see it. I'll move it. This is also mirrored, so just letting you know this is down right, up right, up right, up right, down right, up right. Ooh, chat. And honestly, sometimes what people project onto us is honestly what they feel about themselves, and I always say that because I'm a true believer of that. But no shade. They couldn't walk a mile in your freaking shoes, friend. They couldn't walk a freaking mile in your shoes. They need healing before they even could utter a word about yourself. Because what you gotta say about my Pile 2? Babe, you need to go within before you just start pointing fingers. Why they are doubting you? Because that's the question for this pile. And then I'm gonna see why they're gonna become your believer of you. They're doubting you because they have so many cop blocks in their life, they can't see straight. They're really illusioned. And I don't know if it's the same energy from first pile, but They can't even, they don't, their heads are like, they're not here. They're not present, and they need healing, first of all. And not only that, they're a prisoner in their own life. How can you talk about somebody or project onto someone and you can't even be the fool in your own journey? You know, we all start off as the fool in our journeys. How do we learn? How do we learn? Whatever. These people are trapped in their own life, and maybe they have a perfectionist mindset to where they can't do anything wrong without beating themselves up. So they're doubting you because they're doubting you. It just, I don't know, to me it's just looking like they're just a hater. Because how can you hate someone and they're going on their own path, they're confident in themselves and what they're capable of, and these people are stuck in this mindset of, I can't mess up, because if I mess up I'm a loser, or I'm not going to be successful on my journey. Or they're just, they doubt themselves, and they lack clarity, they lack the lust for life. And I feel like my power too, you guys operate from a kindred spirit, like a childlike spirit, and you're curious, you're willing to take that chance on a new pursuit in your life, and you have a different outlook on life, even if you've gone through some, you know, batshit crazy stuff. Like you're able to maneuver even when things have left you, it left you empty-handed. It left you in the mindset of, how will I ever get out of this, you know? But you were able to do your own healing. And they doubted you because they couldn't see how you were able to jump from A to B when plan A wasn't working. They doubt you because honestly they don't see how you're spiritually guided also. That's number one. They don't see how you're intuitive. They don't see how spiritual you truly are at your core. Because to do healing, you really have to be able to sit with your shit and find an outlet for you that will make you aware of yourself and patterns and generational curses. You know what I'm saying? They doubt you because they honestly don't think you're capable. And honestly, you are capable. But they feel that things are handed to you. Like, you may come across a certain way, but in all actuality, you're just yourself. And they can't amount to your work ethic or the balance in your work ethic and taking care of yourself, healing. And it all looks different for each individual. You know what I'm saying? Our healing, our self-care. But they don't see that work you're putting in, and the action, and how you're able to get to the 10 points, because they're doubting that you're working hard. They're doubting, mind you, probably not even working hard, but you work with the intention of getting shit done, but you're not going to burn yourself out in that exchange. You know what I'm saying? Let's see why your doubters are coming into your believers. And these are going to be fast how can I talk? These are going to be fast piles because I legit don't want the upload to be annoying in the process. So look what cool came out, Big Mama. Black Hermit is legit the magician. Look, I'm gonna put this right here because I usually do it in the order where it's chronological, if you get what I'm saying. You're turning your doubters into believer because you know how to transmute the negative energy into something reinforcing for you, something power for you. Like, you're gonna get something at the end of this. People don't know how you transform it. They don't know how you are able to cope with certain treatments that you feel like could be beneath you, honestly. But you go through it in a way where it's like, how are you not reacting? How are you the big mama at the end of this journey? Like, they have no choice but to stand you. Like, they're your fans at this point. That's what it's giving, fans. You know how people talk about Nicki Minaj and da-da-da-da, but guess what? Her fans coming to die about that. Like, and then people who bandwagon they hate end up being fans. I don't get that. It's like people disliking Beyonce. How do you dislike Beyonce? What? Or if we're not talking about celebrities, let's just say, like, how people treat the earth. Like, how do you do all these things to exploit the earth and then you want to come back and try and save the earth? It's just weird. It's just like flip-floppy. You hate the earth, you take resources from the earth, and then now you want to pass an act to save the earth when you just could have done that from the start, you know? I don't know if I'm making sense, but I'm just trying to give y'all examples. How are you having your back against the wall and coming out as Big Mama? You know? People don't have your strength. People, again, like I said in the beginning, people cannot walk a mile in your shoes, friend. How are you able to go through all this mental anguish and still come out beautiful, still come out radiant, still have this childlike energy, still be so giving, still be able to take care of yourself, still not allowing the projections to get to you, still gonna, you know, talk my shit regardless, still gonna be about what I say and not be someone who's just preaching and not, you know, taking what they say as what they preach, what they sell. Does that make does that make sense? You're legit the epitome of the magician, friend. You make life, you create. How can you be against a creator? When these folks are on the sideline, they're not even creating nothing. They telling the creator what they should create, and they haven't even picked up an easel. They haven't even picked up a brush just to paint a little something in their own lives. Like, come on, you're not even a creator, but you're trying to critique a creator. You're trying to talk shit about a creator, but you don't even got a set of knives in the back for you to be giving any thought pieces. Real shit. Anyways, let's get you something. See, this is why I don't do this negativity stuff, because I feel like I'm getting passionate to the point of anger. I might need to have to create something after this, but let's give you some advice. Okay, only one came out. Spiritual growth. Let's read what it says if I got the book. Spiritual growth. But honestly, they are turning into a believer of you, because no matter the hardship, no matter how many times you've had your back against the wall, no matter how many times people try to insult your intelligence, try and push you to the edge type shit, you still end up being that girl. And not only that, you come out radiant, you come out upgraded, you come out the magician of your own universe. That's why they want to be on your bandwagon. Like, they're fans. And that's just that. And just like all what these celebrities go through, and they just got to deal with people just throwing meaningless comments at them. That's exactly what you're doing. And guess what? They're transmuting it, and they're going to make their coin. They're going to profit off of it, whether spiritually, monetarily, and that's what you're doing. Just think about it like this. You, the celebrity in your own universe. All right, let's see what spiritual growth says. This is a powerful time for you. Your growth and understanding are unfolding at an incredible rate, and you feel more connected than ever to your soul, gifts, and purpose. Your angels are encouraging you to keep up the good work and continue expanding your knowledge, experience, and spiritual connection. When this card arrives for you, it's a confirmation that the experiences and insights you have had recently have been divinely led. You may find yourself connecting to particular energies at this time, or even experiencing angels or guides with you. This card is letting you know that these experiences are real and are occurring because of your determination to open up spiritually. The path of light is unfolding for you, and you are being encouraged to hold your head high and focus on spiritual growth. The rest will be taken care of for you. As I said before, you're big mama for a reason. You're cared for spiritually, and you're protected spiritually. So again, your spiritual growth will show in ways that you're like, wow, I'm sexy today. Oh, hold on, my skin glowing today? Oh, my hair is legit strong, long, pretty. It's just, you're gonna see it in either appearance, either the way people are treating you. You're gonna see it around you, because one thing I know for sure, love comes back tenfold, even when you're feeling as if, why is it not coming to me? It comes in different ways. It comes through self, and it can also come through the, external factors, or it just comes out externally. So don't doubt it, friend. You're doing your work. You're on your own path. You're creating your own life. And that's all that matters. But best believe these doubters, they see it. So don't let them try and take your energy. These are just lessons. Let me just get you a little quote for this book. All right, I landed on this. Let's see. Naming a force creator, person, or thing has several connotations in cultures where names are chosen carefully for their magical or auspicious meanings. To know a person's true name means to know the life path and the soul attributes of that person. And the reason the true name is often kept secret is to protect the owner of the name so that he or she might grow into the power of the name. To shelter it so that no one will either denigrate it or distract from it. And so that one's spiritual authority can develop to its fullest proportions. In fairy tales and folk tales, there are several additional aspects to the name. And these are at work in the tale of Manawi. Although there are some tales wherein the protagonist searches for the name of a force in order to have power over it, more so, the questioning after the name is in order to be able to summon that force or person, to call that person close to oneself, and to have a relationship with that one person. I'm not gonna lie, that took like two takes. I'm not gonna lie, that book is by a PhD, a doctor, so there's some words in there. But honestly, it goes to show you that I don't know if you worded your name or something, but these people try to wear your name out, but they don't know that when they wear your name out, they're gonna give you everything that you've been wanting. And be sure to word your name. Be sure to protect your name, okay? But I don't think there's going to be any significance because you already got this message right here. You're protected. But know that they're going to wear your name out, but they're a fan. So in all actuality, they're bringing everything times 10. They're bringing all this stuff to you, the good things. And all the bad that they preach, it won't even matter because they're a fan. So, see you, friend. All right, pile 3 with the hardest, my most favorite cards. These are hard to read because it's only going to be depicted with one visual, but we're gonna move past it and just see it through. We're gonna see why your doubters are turning into believers. But let's get the why. Why are they doubting my pile 3? Oh damn. Okay. And by the way, this is mirrored. Usually I wouldn't take it all like this, but I didn't feel compelled to just do it over. So you're not gonna get a lot of cards because honestly they're irrelevant, these folks. But sometimes you need to know the why. Not all the time, but sometimes you do. So you can have that passion. I know for me, when I get a little inkling, I'm like, okay, let me use this so that I can run on fumes. Okay, I may be on E, but I'm running on fumes, friend. I'm gonna win regardless, no matter what projection, no matter what. So let's see. That's what Kanye said. If you can run on fumes, that man untouchable, right? So why are they doubting you? We got the 11 of Cups, which is, I believe that is the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, 3 of Wands. This is mirrored, so this is down, down, down. Well, are all the cards down? Or like none of them are upright, so they're all in reverse. They doubt you because they don't see you react. They don't see you react to anything, bro. They don't see you react. I generally don't think they see you in general. But I got that for most of the piles. Like they don't see you guys correctly. They think you're doing nothing. They think you're stagnant. They think that your cup don't run over. They think all of these things, but they can't see right. They can't see clearly. They're not in alignment. It makes me aggravated for you guys. Are you guys frustrated having to deal with these annoying ass energies? They feel like they doubt you, or I should say, they doubt you because they are not fulfilled with what they got going on in their romantic life. They don't got anything going on when it comes to career, so they got to sit around and nitpick on somebody else and try to ask questions, try to pry and see what they can get out of you emotionally. And I feel like you give them no energy, no reaction, no emotion. And there's nothing wrong with reacting, but I understand why certain people do it, you know? But honestly, they can't get none out of you. So therefore, they have no choice but to make things up as they go. Let me see what card this is. I don't feel like I've ever seen this card out this deck. I told you this is a new little deck for me. Let me see what this is. That's the Emperor. Friend, they can't even... They just feel like... They doubt you because they feel like since they have no authority over their life, since they have no type of clear path in their life, emotionally, action-wise, they don't have anything going on. These people they're bored. They're bored. They're bored, so their only way of getting like an eye on you is through making stuff up, making things up, being immature about it. Not only that, like being immature, wanting to do things behind closed doors and try and mess up your momentum through the gossip. It's none of it's working though. None of it's working. They want to talk badly about what your romantic life is like, but it's like you guys don't know any of this because you don't really tell your personal stuff. And if you do tell your personal stuff, it's probably random stuff in your life and it's not crazy details. It's a lot of confusion. I keep hearing they want to be the Emperor so bad. They want to be you so bad that they vicariously live through you. They're vicariously living through you, and they want to paint you out to be something that you're not so that they can feel better about themselves. Oof. I just heard they're miserable. Okay, we don't want to hear nothing else about these folks. They can't see straight, so why would I care about what they're saying about my poetry? Let's find out how these people are turning into believers of you. Why they picture on you. That just flew to the ground. Ooh, these cards wouldn't spit out, friend. What does it mean? What does it mean? The card that flew on the ground was this Ten of Cups, twin. We're gonna push this in the frame, so don't worry. I kind of like to do it in order. Let's move this. Why am I seeing 10, 10, 10s across the board? 10, 10, 10s across the board. Face card never declines. My God. Her body tea, her money long. She's emotionally fulfilled. She got to pick out the litter type shit. That's what I'm getting. Like, they feel like, no, she's not a boss lady. He's not a boss. And guess what? 10 of freaking Pentacles. Like, shush. You guys just want to say stuff about people you don't know. And it's like, where do they do that at? Why are we just gossiping and we not getting facts straight? At least, like, if you're going to pull a Wendy Williams, get your facts straight. And that's the issue. They're not getting their facts straight. But guess what? Money talks. Money talks. Emotional fulfillment talks. Your lovers talk. Ooh. Okay. Hold on. What does that mean? I think you got a kiss and tell situation. But anyways, who cares? I think maybe your lovers brag about you. So just FYI. Because why did I say that? I feel like you are able to overcome obstacles, obviously. I don't want to give like a generic statement, but I can see that in the card. You overcome the currents of the ocean, the way that the wind blows. You overcome it. The way it turns night and day. Okay? You're able to adapt. You're able to have the mindset that you'll overcome, and that nothing can push you off your pivot. Nothing has power over your mind. Nothing has power over your emotions. And that's why I feel like they can't reach you, they can't pinpoint you, because you don't give them any type of emotion that you feel like will be used for their benefit. And so they're going to give you all of their energy and their emotions when they become a believer of you. I feel like you have a sort of power where it's like, why am I beefing with this person again? Why am I gossiping? Why? Like, you're too cool. You're too cool for these people to even utter a word. But they try it. But they don't understand, like, in your past, you've gone through really crazy shit to have tested your mental that would have made a lot of people break. And guess what? You did that shit in your sleep. Wait, what card is this right here? Hold on. I think that's the Devil's card or Temperance. Hold on. It's definitely the Death card. They don't see this transformation you had. They don't see the spiritual growth that you had to go through. Because again, they don't know you. They don't know you, but guess what? They about to be wanting to know your next move this time around. They want to be buddy this time around. They want to be your plan coordinator. What are you doing this day? You sure you don't want to go out for this and that? They want to be cool because they see you're cool as a freaking pickle. They see you cool as a cucumber. I said a pickle, babe. Tomato, same difference. No, but seriously, if these people could live in your skin, they most definitely take that option. Goodness gracious. They see that you put that work in, and your manifestations come in like that. And they don't see that you're just putting the work in, but they didn't see that in the beginning either. They think that everything was stale about your life, and it's just like, no, friend, you're talking about your life. And that's how I feel like you're humbling them. It's like, no, it's not this, not that. It's like you gotta scold them in the process of these comments or think pieces that have nothing to do with you. Let's get you some advice then. These videos are probably gonna be a little short. The upload is treacherous. Let's give power advice. Alright, only one came out. Signs and reminders. Know that you were built for all of this. All of this nonsense. Not saying your life is just meant to be BS. No, not at all. It's just letting you know you were built to overcome the things that are headed your way or has been pushed your way. As I said, you adapt to, like, when, you know, the moon comes out, it's night. When the sun comes out, it's day. Like, I didn't mean to sound so metaphorical, but that's just what came to me. Like, you're able to adapt to the currents of the ocean. You're able to adapt to wherever the air blows. Okay? If it goes south, you're going south. But guess what? You're gonna go to Florida. You're gonna go to Texas. You're gonna go to Tennessee. You're gonna go to Louisiana, New Orleans, and you're gonna get you some beignets on your style. You might get a little tail ring. You might go to Mardi Gras. You know what I'm saying? You adjust, friend. You adjust, and just know, like, you were meant to go through each of these lessons, and it may feel like I'm being tested. Like, they want me to black out on them. No, friend. Allow them to do what they're doing because they're feeding you in return. It's always going to be an exchange of energies. Know that when they are playing with you, friend, you're about to reap something greater than what they know. I already know you know, because you got the 10 of Pentacles to the 10 of Cups. What's next? What's next, friend? What's coming in? What's next? They see the blessings falling in your hands. Yeah, no wonder they want to be a believer of you. They want to get on board with what you got going on in your program. They want to know how you adapt to certain things. They want to know how you came so cool. They want to know why you're so cool. They want to taste the Kool-Aid, and it's like, friend, stick to sweet tea. But it's okay. You're going to allow them to be your believer, a believer of you. Let's get one little quote from this book as an advice. You know, I like to do the extras. Let these folks be believers of you, okay? It'll show why you went through these things. It'll remind you why you're that. You ain't this, you're that. We're gonna see what this book says also. But don't forget who you are. Your dreams like these are experiences of the wild feminine nature and of one who illuminates all. Emotionally and often physically profound. They are feeling states that are like a food catch. We can draw from them when spiritual sustenance is spare. As the king trots off onto some adventure, his psychic contribution to the descent is held in place by love and memory. The maiden understands that the kingly principle of the underworld is committed to her and will not forsake her, as he promised before they married. Often at this time, a woman is full of herself. What do we say? You're going to be full of yourself. Anyways, she is pregnant, meaning filled with a nascent idea about what her life can become if she will only pursue her work. It is a magical and frustrating time, as we shall see, for this is a cycle of distance. So there is yet another around the bend. It is because of the burst of new life that a woman's life seems again to stumble too near the edge, jumps right into the abyss again. But this time, the love of the inner masculine and the old wild self will sustain her as never before. The union of the king and queen of the underworld produces a child made in the underworld is a magic child who has all the potential associated with the underworld, such as acute hearing and innate sensing, but here it is in its enlarge, or that which shall become stage. It is at this time that women on the journey have startling ideas, some might call them grandiose, that are the result of having new and youthful eyes and expectations. Among the very young, this may be as straightforward as finding new interests and new friends. For older women, it can also mean entire trichomatic epiphany of divorce, reconstitution, and a customized happily ever after. Well, that was a lot, but I feel like what it's saying, people will try and minimize your world so that they can live in it. And it's just like, you can't tell someone who is bettering themselves that their ideas are too big, or it's too that, or it's too this. It's, first of all, you're not Goldilocks in my world. What's right for me may not be right for you, and I feel like you're setting that record straight with these folks who feel like they can put any input into your life. You're here to do you. You're here to be in tune with yourself. You're here to follow what fulfills you and what brings you the bread. Not only that, but what's emotionally fulfilling you. What it is that you are here to do and what brings you purpose. And as we said before, they don't see that you moving in silence, or what they project as you being stagnant or stale. They don't know that you got motion. You got motion, you're doing what you got to do, and it's bringing everything to you. So allow these people to feel how they feel, because when everything comes back for you, times 10, sit there, be cute, be the emperor. Be the emperor that they thought you weren't. Be the empress that they thought you weren't. No, just be the emperor in general. Just be in power, be in your own power. As we said before, be like the moon, be like the sun. Be balanced, be one, okay? Oh, I like that. Let's end that here. You had to endure me stuttering because I'm so tired. And I've been doing that. But good night, guys. Take care. See you next. Goodbye.